Does politics ever make you want to pull out your hair in stress? Do you ever wonder why British political analysis never seems to surpass pub level discussions? Fear not, you're not crazy. British political discourse is about as factual, intellectually rigorous, and interesting as one of those podcasts where boys sit down and talk about their favourite foods.
I don't understand how celery has like 0 calories or like close to 0.
I've never tried it.
Down on it. Doesn't make sense.
Let's all be honest, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, the state of British political discourse could be summarised by a foreign account reposting something on an American platform said by a South African billionaire to a pseudonymous Brit who formed the English and Jewish Defence League and tweets xenophobic rhetoric from various foreign islands in the Mediterranean.
Oh my God.
All promoting civil unrest within the UK. I mean, it's just impossible to form a holistic view of British politics right now. The Conservatives have a leader with no swagger who renounced her Nigerian heritage and hates sandwiches. Starmer slammed the brakes of scrapping the two-child benefit cap just to take all of the reputational damage and institutional attacks, and then reverse it anyway a year later. Reform wants to lower the minimum wage and scrap indefinite right to remain for all EU and non-EU migrants.
Up the Ra.
Up the Ra, Nigel.
One morning, you hear about a wealth tax. The next morning, you hear that we have more millionaires leaving the UK than China. You're told you can't trust the BBC because it's too far right. And then the next day it's too far left. Zach Polanski wants to convince you that you have big boobs, and your party is so disorganised that even MI5 can't infiltrate it. All in all, the raw state of British politics is pretty confusing. But British politics is also suffering from a lack of quality commentary. Commentary can be a beneficial tool for society, especially people who don't have time to ingest and analyse political news and current affairs 24 hours a day. Commentary is about verifying, analysing, and presenting raw news to place it amongst other relevant contextual events and tell a political narrative. However, UK commentary does none of that. All it does is just steal stats and headlines from other tweets and other commentary posts they see, and they present it in a biased nature. For example, if I were to ask a right-winger how many protesters were in the Unite the Kingdom rally, they would tell me over 1 million. And they would also say that crime in London has gone up and that every single time there's a national security issue, it's done by a Muslim, radical, extremist, asylum seeker, immigrant, Muslim, everything, etc. Or short-sighted, simplistic left-wing rhetoric about wealth taxes, using failed examples from Spain. Here's something I can relate to. In my time alive, I've never witnessed a popular government, a good budget, or a good job market. Has it always been this way? So my political coming of age was Brexit, Trump, Bojo, now Reeves, and UKIP. Thinking about this following Reeves's budget and the increasing perception that this government is incompetent. Has it always been thus, or are things just worse now? This brings me to my next point. Negativity sells. Imagine the United Stand, instead of complaining, sat there mumbling some mild positivity and talking about limited budgets and realistic expectations. It just wouldn't hit the same. Negativity sells. It's a powerful, potent, spreading emotion, and it gets people's attention. Although it would be an understatement to say that this government has been a PR disaster, it would be completely fallacious to compare them to the previous Tory regime. This government has introduced the Renters' Rights Act, increased minimum wage, agreed a better pay deal for doctors and nurses, brought down waiting times, will give the right to vote to 16 and 17-year-olds, made the morning after pill free, introduced the Hillsborough Law, Martin's Law, free breakfast clubs, and has done two things that the previous administration would never do. Scrapped the Rwanda scheme and scrapped the two-child benefit cap. However, The media is doing no favours. Instead of covering their successes and depicting the Labour government for what it truly has been so far, a mixed bag, instead they're giving all their screen time to the party with 5 MPs and are following their talking points like sheep, giving this far-right extreme party a monopoly on national debates. Thus, in conclusion, the British political environment is confusing, the state of commentary is broken, and the media sells negativity and whatever came out of Nigel Farage's arse most recently. So I feel this video has taken quite a negative turn, ironically, just like the media. I'm sorry guys, I couldn't talk about my lunch today. Stay tuned though, because that's what next episode's about. But yeah, the state of British politics is pretty bad. It's essentially a bunch of incompetent people quoting each other, doing a really bad job, misinterpreting the news and being quite negative. Don't worry guys, I'll try to fix that. I'll make some pro-government positive propaganda. I'll slice through BS and I'll try and hurry up with that, you know, maybe squeeze it in before my next coursework, who knows. Anyway, see you guys later, love you.